From Forex Traders Daily, this is your daily analysis with Ross Mullins, live from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for February 1st, 2017. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the USDJPY, the US dollar versus the Japanese yen, for today's trade analysis. Before I get into the charts, it's important for me to remind you that about 15 minutes or so from the recording of this video, we have some news, ADP non-farm employment, coming out 8:15 out of the US. That's an interesting piece of news because it could be a foreshadowing of what we could be expecting on Friday with non-farm payrolls, jobs numbers coming up on Friday for the U.S. as well. So we'll want to watch that in about 15 minutes from the recording of this video, 8:15 Eastern U.S. time. Could cause some volatility in the market, so you want to be sure to use appropriate risk strategies. 10 a.m., some more news out of the U.S., and then much later today, 2 p.m., we have FOMC statement and interest rate news coming up at 2 p.m. So you want to be sure all day to be using appropriate risk strategy. Let's dive here into the USDJPY, looking at the daily time frame. A couple of trends here. The black trend line was an uptrend since basically the beginning of the year, the beginning of January. We've been in a downtrend, overall downtrend. That's along the blue trend line. So we've been falling along the blue trend line. Forex Black Book trend bar is red, which gives us a bearish bias as well. So if we're going to trade that direction, we want to look for opportunities to sell rallies to resistance or breaks underneath support. There's no real significant indication that we're looking for reversal quite yet, so I think we want to continue to follow that as we look for sells on rallies or breaks through support in the direction of our current momentum and trend since the beginning of 2017. Let's begin to zoom it in here a little bit, get a little better view. Take a look at this black box. We've had that there for a few days in the live trade room, studying the fact that we have found support at the purple zone 1, 2, 3 times now into the purple shaded area and into the mid 112s, and resistance all the way up to the pink shaded area at the top. Green, yellow, and orange shaded areas being some intermediate intraday support and resistance levels throughout this period that has been inside this range or this black box. Again, if we're going to focus our attention on selling rallies to resistance, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the market to go up, challenge the orange zone, the yellow zone, the green zone, maybe even the pink zone for opportunities to go short. If we're going to look for reversal, I think we need to look for further evidence. Just a simple bounce on the purple zone doesn't really entice me to look for reversal. Now we'll push back above this orange zone, 113.40 may give us some clue to start looking for a rally towards the yellow zone or the green zone. We'll again watch the news today. If it comes out as negative or poor for the U.S., again, selling rallies to resistance or breaks through support would be our main focus if we're looking to sell a weaker U.S. dollar. If it's strong, if it's a good, solid, strong number for the ADP non-farm, and then that again foreshadows to Friday's data as well, we could be looking for the break of the orange zone and a run towards the yellow zone. So we want to watch that news and even FOMC later today for a weaker or stronger dollar, depending on which direction this will likely go. Let's take a look at the current setup though. If we go down here to the 4-hour time frame and zoom it out a little bit, I did put these circles here just to kind of give us an idea of what we're looking at the current moment. If you look here, on the way down from the pink shaded area, we broke the green zone, sat underneath it, went down. Now we broke the yellow zone over the past few days, sat underneath it, used it as resistance at 113.85, and then it went down. And now we're underneath the orange zone, and it settled out underneath it as resistance. So again, this gives us a clear setup with fairly minimal risk and higher potential reward. Rallies to resistance gives us a better idea, just like it was here. As it sat underneath the yellow zone, you would have preferred to go short. Same setup here. As it sits underneath the orange zone, we would prefer to go short because our risk at the yellow zone was a push back above it. The risk now at the orange zone is a push back above it. So we know that at least right now, if we're going to trade the direction of the trend and momentum, selling resistance, we look for a lower risk opportunity that's selling into the resistance. And that becomes an opportunity to trade the trend. Again, we want to watch the news to be sure that it's going to be another move and a weaker dollar move, but because we don't know that for sure, but this becomes an area that we would look for it. Your stop losses, if you're going to take a trade like this, you would be above the last resistance high, and I would say this last high of the last 4-hour candle, 113.62 is what the high is, so 65 to 70 might be an appropriate stop loss. If you're in a downtrend, you don't want to see a new higher high, so that's really the main focus, is that you want to see it stay within and under this orange zone, not get higher than that high, target back first to the purple shaded area, and of course if it breaks the purple zone, the pattern continues and you look for it to run all the way back down towards the green zone at the very bottom of the chart as your next target. First target purple zone, second target green zone at the bottom. All that in the direction of the longer term trend that we've seen basically since the beginning of 2017, and the Forex Black Book trend bar. We don't have a new signal, no yellow or red bearish signal for the Forex Black Book, but definitely an opportunity to sell resistance here, especially if we get a weaker dollar on news today for the US yen.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.